Hey, Spring LaFay, Simply Tara. Special message time. This is going to be for the sign of Aquarius. So if you have Aquarius in your birth chart, this reading may be for you. Cross watchers, this reading may be for you. All these readings are timeless. We're going to start with the good tarot and see if they want to give us some cards. For Aquarius. Fellow Aquarians. Hierophant. Looky there. I feel like someone's very gifted, but they're also, someone is doing their affirmations. Someone is manifesting. You know, there's a feeling, you see the rings, I'm drawn to the rings, Someone, it feels like, for someone this is from the past. Someone that someone was married to. It's like they're trying to hold on to someone. You see how it's like her hands are held. It looks like they're bound. It's like someone from the past is trying to hold on to someone. This is someone who's very gifted, though. And, you know, there's a feeling like the person they're trying to hold on to has a connection with the higher power. It's like they're really gifted in some ways. They've got some connection somehow. As far as, it feels like they connect to a higher power. They're angels, guides. I'm drawn to the white feather. You know, it's as if this person, they're intuitive. They receive message and follow. And there's something about the moon. Something about the moon. The magic within the moon. Yes, that's what I just got. Also, I feel like someone needs to carry the stone citrine. They need to carry citrine with them. You see, I'm feeling that someone is going to be set free from someone else. And, you know, it's the angels are watching. Someone is going to be set free from someone else because they have been doing their work and they are on their path. And it's like this person that is holding on to them is not for their higher good. It's, there's a feeling of negativity. You know, I am still drawn to the two rings. And it's as though, you know, someone's bound for now, it feels like. But it feels like they are protected. And that you know, once they get, see, I'm drawn to the feather and the ink. It's like someone has to get untied from someone. Now, for some of you, that is divorce. For others of you, it's not. There's something that's binding you to this person. Whether that has to do with a child and you need, or you are going through a custody battle, or whether that has to do with a commitment that has gone awry, but yet you have something between you. We got the call. You know, I feel like this is saying that, you know, it's time to be on that path. It's time to hear your spiritual call. It's a feeling of peace. It's a feeling of having your needs met. For you know, see, if you look at blowing the horn for others to hear, for others to follow and see clear, yes, and clutching what looks like to be a book, you know, it's a feeling like someone has this mission, this spiritual path. There's things that they have to do. There's things that they're supposed to do. And it's like, you know, they're finally following their call. They're finally following their path. They're finally going forward the way that they were meant to do. They're following the light. They're growing on their path, it feels like. Beautiful cards. Someone is definitely still bound to someone in a way, but they are following, you know, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, and it feels like they're being protected because of it. Oh, okay. Okay, for some of you, this doesn't have to do with a divorce or custody. For some of you, this is like a soul tie. This is like more than a soul tie, a soul contract. Possibly twin flame. It's like you know, there's a contract of two souls, and you know, it's like that needs to be completed. Okay. Look at that. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. See the attraction? It's like someone has been smelling the roses. I had someone once tell me, smelling the flowers. You know, there's a sense of once you start enjoying life and getting out there and living, you know, is like you can have what you want. You know, there's a sense though that this is a soul contract, and you know that two souls have a calling, and it's as if they're being called to fulfill this destiny, this mission that they are supposed to do. This could be a twin flame. It's a strong connection. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. And stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. Someone's called in a soulmate. And it's like their prayers have been heard. And there is some sort of soul, contract here. It feels like for many of you. Not for all of you, but for the ones of you that this is a soul contract, that, you know, there's a calling. For those of you that have called in a soulmate and have been, you know, manifesting this is a very strong connection. Reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. And, you know, don't flip out over this card. This being, it feels like soul mate, twin flame possibly. You know, that's someone from your past. That's someone from way back in your past. Hope you can see the cards. Although I'm not so sure. Maybe. Possibly. We will hope. You see, it's as if he's trying to open this door with just sheer using like his mind, you know, and I feel like this is, you know, a spiritual door. It's like someone is reaching from within to find a part of them to open up a doorway to their gifts, to something more. And for some, it's a feeling like they, you know, things have not been to their favor in their life, and they just, you know, hit the bottom, and they asked for a soulmate. And, you know, it's like going through these doorways within themselves to try and bring this forth for true love. Definitely going forward, you know, from within. Opening doorways. You know, then we have, this is actually the Four of Pentacles. You know, if you will look at the size, and if you will look at the size of this door, but you look at how intense she looks upon going through this door. That's clearly too small. I mean, it's clear that she will not fit through this door, but she looks so intent upon trying to go through this door. Some doors are not meant for us to go through. And, you know, when this door is very inviting, if you look at the stained glass, very inviting. But if we are on our spiritual path, going through some doorways, you know, can stop things. They can halt our growth, halt us from going forward on our path. So some doorways are clearly not meant for us to go through. In her case, she is too large for this little door. But yet she is so intrigued by it. You know, under the starlight, balancing, and not ashamed. This is knowing when someone knows their worth and their value, they lose that being ashamed. What I see this as is a mirror. When looking upon yourself, being happy with what you see of yourself. You know, she's pouring the water and, you know, bringing perfect balance and harmony. It feels like by balancing oneself, you know, it feels closer to the heavens. This person is, they're moving forward. They're learning to balance everything, it feels like, within their life. You know, and we got the Chariot on the bottom, and I'm drawn to it. It's as if this person's moving forward, but do you see all of the people? This person is glowing. This person is drawing attention. You know, this looks like a rock star. You see, that has a chauffeur. There's a feeling that some of you are maybe public speakers, or possibly even a rock star. There's that stardom sort of feel to it, like someone is they're in the limelight. They're in front of everyone. They're drawing attention. You know, this person is glowing, and this person is going forward, it feels like, in life as well as on their path. And then we have Strength. You know, it's as if she has just found the strength from within. She has tamed this large cat from within, needing nothing more than what she holds within her. The infinity. You know, I'm drawn to that, and that, you know, there's a sense of what goes around comes around, you know. And when you're on your path, when you find your path, you need to make sure your intentions are good and clear, not tainted or dark or to the, you know, towards badness for others, because you don't want karma. You don't want the bad karma, because it does feel like someone is receiving bad karma for something they have done. You see the Magician. This person, you see, it's like you have found perfect balance, and you are balancing, you know. And again, what goes around comes around. It's like you're being protected. You're on your spiritual path. You're being protected, you know. And you have the strength within you and you know it. It's as if you know it. And you have your truth with this sword. You have your truth and you stand on it. And what I'm getting from this card is sometimes when we let something go, it comes back to us, you know. And this, I'm not feeling this in the way of like letting someone go from your past that you already have in your life. This is like wanting what you want and basically having the faith to put it in a higher power's hands. You know, someone's wanting a soul connection. They're wanting a soul tie. They're wanting a life partner. You know, that's the feeling of this. And it's as if this person, you see how she turns the bird loose and she is happy. She is smiling because she knows, she has faith. She knows that this bird will return. It's as if you know that this soul connection will come to you because you have that faith that you need in order to, you know, feel peace, feel the harmony. Temperance. You know, and again, that's balance. That is balance. Being able to balance your life. You know, if you will look at her, she has, it feels like giving it all to a higher power. And, you know, this looks like milk, you know, and that puts milk and honey, you know, the flow. It's like abundance. It's like things are starting to flow this person's way. They're starting to feel the abundance from their actions, from being on their path and doing what they were supposed to, you know. You know, it's a feeling like there's a feeling of, if you look at the Three of Swords here, you know, that's pain. Somebody putting you through pain. But there's a feeling of fear along with that. And if you look at the age, someone fearing being alone for the rest of their life. But yet too, for some of you, you know, you may be at that age where you feel like every year counts, and you know, you feel like someone's put you in a cage and they've kept you stuck and you have lost time. But these birds, I feel like, are here because it's time for you to fly. It is time for you to find your wings and to fly out of this cage. And you are not too old to do this. You know, you're not, and it feels like this person, this is what they went through, this feeling, and they took flight from this cage and started on their path and their journey, and it feels like they have moved forward really far on their path, doing what they are supposed to be doing. It feels like moving closer towards everything they have wanted, it feels. Look. See, that's the ultimate goal right there. For someone. The Four of Wands and victory. Someone's on their path. And they are flowing beautifully. You know, seeing abundance. And, you know, not only in material wealth. Which feels like that their material life is looking different. And they are having an abundance there. But on a soul level, it's as though they are receiving, you know, the messages that they need after being denied by someone. Someone that hurt them badly. It's that type of feeling. They have brought perfect balance to their own life. And it feels like this person, it feels like you are giving to humanity in some way. And, you know, growing as a person, growing as a human being, growing spiritually in doing so. And having, you know, this new beginning offered to you, this blessing being offered to you. This is a blessing. There you are, my dear. Look at there. The Queen of Swords. You know, this is a feeling of finding oneself and taking their rightful place, doing the path that they were meant to do. You know, I just seen the High Priestess using the gifts that have been given to them, bestowed upon them, to go forward. It feels like in this lifetime. Look. See here? Being left out, being abandoned, having abandonment issues, you know, being in poverty, being without, having little. 2, having your wish come true. That's what's happening. But you have to have patience, and you have to have faith. To have this wish come to fruition, you must put in the work, you know. Gifted. Very gifted. And if you know you're gifted, but you don't know how gifted, then you need to start searching within to figure this out. You know, it's like someone had they had 2 choices of which way they wanted to go. And, you know, it feels like that someone had to break some old patterns, some old behaviors, some old routines in order to choose the spiritual path. You know, the path of helping humanity and helping others and showing love and being a light, being a beacon. You see, I'm seeing this as a light, this moon. A beacon for others, you know, shining within the darkness of this world. Finding one's worth, value, and standing tall. Flowing like a feather in the breeze. You know, this person has found their worth, has found their value. This person doesn't need anyone, though they want someone to spend eternity with, someone who understands them, someone who thinks like them, someone who feels the way that they do and has the passion that they do for what they are doing, for this life mission, it feels like. You know, and this does feel like there's a soulmate that will come in when the time is right. Divine timing, it feels like. malachite, moldavite. Amethyst. Chrysocolla. Sodalite. And if you don't have access to these gemstones, the energy of these stones will be with you if you claim this reading, and if you believe and you have faith that the energy of these stones is with you, then it will be with you. Just feel it upon you. Malachite. Seek the source of harmony and focus upon it. You know, and I feel like that's what you're doing. You have set your mind to what you want. And it's making you feel harmony because you know it's coming. You know, because you can feel the closer that this wish comes. And for many of you, this has to do with not only having a life partner and a true love, but also your gifts and what you are meant to do for humanity. You know, and it feels like you are seeing that every day as you go forward. Moldavite. Moldavite. You are not alone in the universe. And you see, that's a feeling. That is a feeling I was having. It's like someone wants someone who understands them. They want a life partner who feels the same as far as their spirituality. You know, someone who can walk with them, who can, it feels like, you know, really make a difference for humanity. Be a humanitarian with them. You know, doing things that make them feel like they are accomplishing something in a world that is bitter, that has soured with time. Amethyst. Awaken and rekindle the inner fire. And I feel like this is what this person is doing. You know, they're on their path, and it's like they have found themselves. They're in the process of finding their true self. You know, not just their what they were here, what they are here, but what they have been in, you know, for many past lives. They're coming into those different things that they were, it feels like. For those of you who don't believe in past lives, you know, that's what I'm feeling. So, yeah. Okay. Amethyst. Awaken. Oh, well, I just did this one, but I guess I'm supposed to say it again. Awaken and rekindle the inner fire. Let your light shine. Be a beacon in the darkness within this world. To help others to be able to find their way. Chrysocolla. Chrysocolla. Always speak the truth of your heart and soul. You know, be that being of light in a world of darkness, basically. You know, don't be afraid to be you. Don't hide who you really are. Sodalite. Sodalite. Loving others begins with loving yourself. And yes, it does. You know, we need to love ourselves in order, you know, to be able to give that true love that we desire. So if this does not resonate with you, don't try to make it fit your life. Only take away what resonates and give it a thumbs up. That way YouTube moves along. And I truly appreciate all of you. Every single one of you. And have an awesome, awesome day. Bye.